Hey everybody, it's your boy SergDragon, and welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters podcast. With me always is the T-Money, king of puppies. There you go. So, this time it's the 15th and the 16th of October. Starting with the 15th of Monday Night Raw. So, what was our first starter up? What's kicked off the show?
Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre kick off Raw.
And they were saying they were the greatest three-man group faction in WWE's history. Even though they don't have an official name for their group. In which case, I'm just calling them the Dogs of War because that's what they said when they fought off against the Shield, saying, you got your Hounds of Justice, I got my Dogs of War. So I'm calling them Dogs of War. In which case, we'll say it's going to be in there, that match, and what happened afterwards. But Dean Ambrose wasn't with the Shield at first. He says he shows up on Dean Ambrose time. And the whole throughout the show, Dean Ambrose has just been
he's in his own mind.
Nah, he's been lashing out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's on his own. My thing about he just has his own.
A lot of things going on in his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot to think about.
He's on his what do they call it?
Lunatic fringe.
He's on his own zone.
So what was the first match?
Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE World Cup qualifying match.
Seth Rollins
versus Drew McIntyre.
In which?
And the WWE World Qualifying Cup match.
In which case, thanks to freaking Dolph Ziggler's interference, Drew McIntyre lost that match. And Seth Rollins is going to represent Monday Night Raw going in to the World Cup Series. Next.
Amber Moon and Nia Jax versus Dana Brooke and Tamina.
Welcome back, Tamina, the daughter of Superfly Snuka.
It's
Jimmy Fly.
Superfly Snuka.
Jimmy Fly.
But how long?
What did I say?
You said daughter Superfly Snuka, but you could have said Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Okay. Superfly Snuka.
But how long will she last? She might get injured again.
Get a good clips up on YouTube.
How long will she last? She might get injured again because WWE still doesn't know what to do with her, according to them.
Give her a push.
No, but they won't. It's because they think that she is not 100%.
I thought you were going to say something. There you go. What do you got?
Yeah, because when she wrestles, she's always having another injury. This is like her fourth injury.
Damn. Poor Tamina. Well, it ended in a loss for her because her cousin, right?
Yes.
Nia Jax dominated. That least to say. And I got a question for you on our second part because I saw an image that's got me iffy.
Okay.
So it involves Bruce Tessmacher. So we'll see about that later.
Brooke Tessmacher?
Yeah, thank you for correcting me. Thank you. Next on the list.
But no, she ain't going by Brooke Tessmacher. She's going by Brooke. That's the only name she's going by, Brooke.
Details.
Ronda Rousey talks about what she's going to do to Nikki Bella.
Ooh, you want to talk about trash talking? Man, Ronda's got their number. Thanks to Total Bellas and the Total Divas series, all their baggage is out there for the world to see. All of it. In which case, damn. Poor Bellas. I mean, I would say poor Bellas, like I just did, but not really, because they had it coming when they turned their back on her and turned heel. In which we're still wondering how that's going to work with Brie and Daniel Bryan, since they're clearly able to jump between brands.
No, here's the thing. They already figured out how that will work. Is make her heel make him good. Because they're both now that she's on they're on separate shows now. That's why they decided to put Daniel Bryan on SmackDown, Brie Bella on Raw, or her sister.
Yeah.
Besides, you know, Nikki Bella.
Yeah, but they had to bring inside security though.
Yeah.
We already know Ronda Rousey meets security. Security meets Ronda Rousey dropping them on the ground. Always. You gotta bring some big guns, and if you're lucky, they'll be strong enough. Never are. They always seem to run. Well, at least heels do. Nikki and Brie are definitely adding up to that.
Some heels don't run though. They keep you fight.
Like Brock Lesnar.
Triple H, he didn't run. He was a full-time wrestler.
Scruffy. I got scruffy. Got shape. Next.
Bobby Lashley versus Tyler Breeze.
Who?
Bobby Lashley. No, I'm sorry. The match is Jinder Mahal I think Alicia Fox. Where is it?
Malaysia.
I think no, it was Finn Balor versus Jinder Mahal. I'm sorry, y'all. Finn Balor versus Jinder Mahal.
It really doesn't matter what order we put it, but still. Well, freaking Bobby Lashley whooped poor Tyler Breeze.
Which was funny. I thought it was funny.
Where's Fandango?
I think what they did with them is separate them two.
He's not on SmackDown.
He probably is on SmackDown.
He's injured, I think.
Yeah, he probably is strapped to SmackDown. He just injured.
And Finn Balor, if I'm not mistaken, did he beat Jinder Mahal? Because I skimmed through that.
Yes.
Yep.
And Bobby Lashley's music hits because and he's all getting on Finn Balor's face. And Barry's like, what is going on here? And Leo Rush is saying that, telling Finn Balor, don't you try to bite Bobby Lashley? You would never be as dominant as Bobby Lashley.
I don't want to be like that because then it's the Schwarzenegger effect.
I think Triple H is a fan of that.
Don't drop the muscles. Keep working out. You build muscles that big, you better keep them because then they're gonna get saggy. Like
Hogan's.
Some old puppies. I had to say it. I had to say it a little sad because it's some old puppies. It's sad. And then what next?
Kurt Angle versus AOP.
Kurt Angle. Oh yeah, Kurt Angle pulled a fast one. See, I'm putting my fingers where the two buttons are because y'all can see me, but I can't even see my eye right now. Where my eye is that stop button. It kind of gets distracting. But otherwise, freaking Baron Corbin's got some sour grapes, don't he?
Mm-hmm. But Kurt Angle wasn't in that costume.
Dude, you jumped the gun.
Sorry.
Let's set it up. So here is the thing. He's going around talking with everybody in the back, Kurt Angle, I mean, and he's getting chummy, and Baron Corbin is sick of it. So he goes and puts him in a handicap match with AOP, the authors of pain, if you don't know what the initials mean. And they need a beating on the poor. He goes out there dressed up in his, what did he call him? Golden Mariachi?
No, Conquistador.
Yeah, the Conquistador. The outfit that he used to get the one over Baron Corbin. And it's not him. That's what he was trying to point out.
But you know who gave him an idea to do that Conquistador outfit thing? Edge Christian. They were on the
pranksters.
They were the ones that originally did that.
Yeah, but Baron Corbin's baffled like everybody else. Like, oh, if that's not him, then where is he? Ah! He came up from behind him from the stage and angle slammed his ass. Mm-hmm. Or, as another name for it, Olympic Slam.
Yeah, because that's what he's using now, the name Olympic Slam.
Oh no, that's the original name.
Yeah, yeah.
Angle Slam is his goatee.
No, the Olympic Sim is original because it started off in 1999.
Yeah.
So that's what they said. He's using that name now.
10 minutes in. Next. That was funny though. I like that.
Ruby Riott versus Natalia.
Shoot. I think Natalia won that match. Oh yeah. See, I skipped that one too because I was trying to fast forward it. It was a 3-hour thing after all. Overall, that was a good match because she called backup, in which backup came in the form of Bailey and the return. That night was with 2 returns for the women's division. Tamina came back earlier, and that night, Sasha Banks made her return. Healed up and everything, which is good. The Boss has a return. Now, is she still babyface? Or is she going to turn heel real quick?
That's still being discussed, but they don't know when.
That's my question, because with Sasha Banks, she goes, I don't know. You can never tell. Never tell.
They still discussing that. Y'all just y'all just be ready when that happens.
Excuse me. Next.
Elias makes his way in the ring.
Elias.
Talks about Philadelphia.
In which
a shameful city.
Yep, in which somebody who he hasn't fought in a long time and hasn't gotten any airtime, I figured it'd be his turn to interrupt him.
Mm-hmm.
The return of Apollo Crews, but he don't go by that last name, courtesy of an incident we already talked about before. Mm-hmm. Refresh him.
It was because a name of a restaurant. No, it was because some kind of.
It was a shooting.
I'm thinking it was some guy who Vince McMahon didn't like. So
yeah, because the person who was shooting at the school's last name was Cruz, so he took it away, but so that people wouldn't think there was any relation, even though Cruz could be a common name in certain places, like Jackson or Smith.
Yeah, or last name spelled different though.
I know, but still, that's wrong. But he's playing safe. Vince is playing safe.
He's been doing it for years. 25 years.
Apollo Crews does get the drop on Elias, though. That's good to see. Did he walk away standing tall, though? Because it's been a week. 4 days later. My memory is already
Apollo
shitty.
Crews, he's standing tall.
Next on the list, then.
Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre versus The Shield.
Say it again.
Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler versus
Sorry, I'm paying attention to something that was appearing right here on the screen. It went by too fast. So that's the part where it gets interesting. On account of the dysfunction of the Dogs of War, Braun, Dolph, and Drew, their dysfunction ended in the match winning in the favor of the Shield. After which, freaking... Let me put it this way. The match ended with the Claymore of Drew McIntyre. Instead of hitting Roman Reigns, it hit Braun Strowman. And he was mad as hell. That was an accident. Kind of like what happened at Super Showdown when freaking Roman Reigns Superman punched Dean Ambrose. But instead of brothers sticking together, those two were bragging earlier, saying that they were the best faction of 3 men in history.
I don't think that was an accident, though, because you...
no, that was an accident. Afterwards, Braun Strowman takes it out on freaking Dolph Ziggler because he warned him before that match. It says, if I warn you, if you ever screw up again, you get these hands. Another Claymore kick from Drew McIntyre, watching out for his buddy Dolph Ziggler, but that time it ain't no mistake. That was on purpose, and even Michael Cole was saying it not once but twice.
So no more of those 3 guys. They broke up.
Hey, you want to talk about an angry monster among men? You gonna get one. You know, sorry, got that countryside of me coming out. Come, I reckon this monster of a man gonna come and whoop your sorry damn fucking asses, your bleach blonde hair and your hairy ass, tan, greased figure. Y'all going to get these hands. You gonna get these hands, and you gonna get them the hardest way possible.
Yeah,
you get slammed into the dang on man.
You sound like a redneck / hillbilly.
Well, fuck you. I'm just trying my best. I don't watch a lot of country, so I can't do a redneck impression to save my life, baby.
Well, you know I like country music.
I reckon. Oh, I can't do country. I can't do a country accent.
Could you listen to it though?
Country songs, yeah, I don't mind. But getting it down, that's a different story. Yeah. Okay, so that's it for Monday Night Raw. We're almost in the 16-minute mark, so let's get to SmackDown.
But can we take it? I gotta use the restroom.
You gotta use it? We'll be right back with a restroom break. We're back. And we're back. Alright. So, what was the first thing for SmackDown Live on the 16th?
Truth TV.
The return of Truth TV on the 1000th episode of SmackDown. Sad it wasn't a 3-hour event, though.
Yeah, because they said they got that thing with the whole mixed match challenge thing. That's why. They were so that people were upset about it.
Mm-hmm. It was a good show, though. A lot of faces came up, including all the general managers of past and present.
But some of the other wrestlers from the Attitude Era and the Wrestling weren't happy about it.
Why?
Because they figured they wanted to show, but they didn't get no phone call.
Including Chris Jericho?
Yeah.
Well, we'll mention certain people that come up on the list. Mm-hmm. Of course, I could because he's there. He gets that show. So, let's go ahead and show up the kickoff. Oh, yeah, we did. That's right. Freaking McMahon family all showed up one by one on Truth TV.
There's only 3.
There's only 3. Hey, your wife. That's my man's wife.
Yeah, she's one of the people that fans were mad about.
Bring back. What's her name?
Linda McMahon.
Linda. Bring back the Linda McMahon.
She's the former CEO of World Wrestling Entertainment.
Bring it. But it was funny to see the old man, Vince McMahon, be dancing in the 7-minute break. That was cool. I was disappointed that Carmella didn't have any additional moves, while R-Truth just kept pulling out, moves out of his ass.
Hey, they only care about them 3 because they're veterans. She's not a veteran.
No, I meant that.
That's the reason why.
Carmella. Did I say Stephanie?
No, you said Carmella.
Okay.
Oh, you mean
Carmella was dancing, but she kept doing what was it, the flosset? Is that what it's called?
The floss. The floss.
I can't do it because of my body is low here. You don't see my hands. The whole point of it is seeing the hands.
Stephanie McMahon is a heel. She does not get that. Of course she
Neither. You think that Shane McMahon would have, but he wasn't dancing. Vince was dancing.
But here's the good news. Shane McMahon is now back on SmackDown, and now he's going to be there every Tuesday.
Yep. So, what's the first match of the night?
The Usos versus AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan.
Since those two are going to fight each other at Crown Jewel, they figure they put them in a match to see how well they can work together. And it was a conspiracy for the both of them, thinking they were trying to outdo each other or try and take each other out. While that being the case, the Usos ended up winning the match. Leaving some sour grapes and questions to each other come November 2nd. Oh, you didn't get to, but no, we can mention after SmackDown. So next on the list.
Backstage, Paige is joined by former GMs Tay Long, Vicky Guerrero, and John Laurinaitis.
Excuse me! He's like, people power, holla, holla, holla. Everybody catchphrase.
But did you know, people, let's say this on social media, people were giving Tay Long a loud reaction
Oh, yeah. Because they love Teddy.
Yeah. And he was voted, I don't know if y'all knew this, the number one best GM of SmackDown.
He got a Slammy for it, but he kept getting awards after that Slammy.
No, he was voted this year. They voted this year.
Case in point.
Yeah.
After.
People said that they like him better than Paige. And Vicky and John Laurinaitis.
That was cool. That's a friend of mine. Just slide that to the left. I'm still recording. Messenger popped up.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. That Evolution makes their way to the ring.
With Batista, man, they kept getting close-ups. That was a long entryway to the ring. Honestly, I was actually messing with my phone, and my friends sending me more videos. I'll get to you later, man. But that was funny how Batista just got that, man. He was happy to be back, even though considering how he left twice.
Because the whole PG thing, that's why.
Yeah, but he says he's got another run inside him for a world title picture.
Yeah.
They always
and
do.
He wants he says that he deserves another match with Triple H.
Yeah, that's why, because Randy Orton was saying his tale on the part of how he was taken up even further thanks to Evolution. Young kid getting all the spots, and now where he's at. Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Started at the age of 23.
Yeah, one of the youngest. Brock Lesnar beat him to that at 21.
Actually, Brock Lesnar became the championship at age 25.
Well, then who was the first youngest champion at 21?
Nobody.
I thought it was 21. I guess that's Randy then, yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, he wasn't the first. The Rock was the one.
Okay. Well, that considered, Batista then started talking, and man, he had some dirty stories apparently he's withholding from us with Ric Flair. He said, never again. Freaking Triple H is laughing and dying. Oh, but things got quiet real quick. Tension you can cut with a knife got real thick. When he mentioned his accomplishments, and one of which was that Triple H didn't never say it.
Never beaten Batista
Once. Not once.
Because Triple H used to be undefeated in Hell in a Cell matches. But that match he had Batista, he lost that one. So he's 4.
And Ric Flair had to cool those two off because... and that was perfect, man. I like that freaking meme you sent us in the group text. Yeah. So basically, he says that one-liner, those two-liners, really. He says Triple H did amazing things, except beat me. And the next somebody put this says, didn't Thanos turn your ass to dust? That's in a movie. Damn, man. That was a sweet burn, though, for a meme.
I said Triple H. What's he? That match between Batista versus Triple H. Okay, Triple H is 4-1 against Batista. Triple H thought he was going to win that match in that Hell in a Cell, but Batista said that's not going to happen. And left Triple H all bloody in that match.
Sounds like he left.
Yeah.
Overall, that was a good flashback.
Yeah.
They look good in those suits, man. Not going to lie. They have that look. Although, that said, let's move on to the next list. Next part of the list. 24 minutes in. Ba-bam. 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 Bam.
The return when they talk about the Tonight Return Undertaker.
Rusev versus
The Miz.
the Bears. Where's Santino? Damn it! They should have brought Santino. That's another person they didn't bring. He was fun on SmackDown, as well as was he on Raw and SmackDown when he did Santana?
You mean Santina?
Yeah.
He was on Raw.
Damn.
That's like he started off on Raw when he won he
Cobra.
he started off on Raw in 2007.
Yeah, he had fun on SmackDown though.
When he won his first title.
Yeah.
And he had like a love thing with Maria.
Yep. And then the Undertaker came out and said such few words to end the show, and then they showed the Purge. I watched that much later on because I had other things to do. And all he had to say was this: at Crown Jewel, DX will rest in peace. In which you would disagree because you're a DX fan. I'm a Brothers Destruction fan. I mean, I love DX, don't get me wrong, but when it comes down to either Triple H or Shawn Michaels and Undertaker, mainly Undertaker and Kane, I gotta go with Undertaker's team.
Yeah, but see, I'm a DX fan for real, but not that type of DX. I like the group one with the New Age Outlaws, Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, and then of course S-Pac. I like the group from the Attitude Era. So Michaels is okay, but I prefer just four guys.
Well, it's a tag team faction, that's the thing.
Yeah, people don't like that. Still don't like that though.
Now that match, I would love to see Stone Cold get in between that, but I don't think they're gonna do that.
Yeah, but fans have been asking Stone Cold to wrestle again, but he's like, nah.
Me too. He's my second favorite all time.
They had done that match. He's had a match with DX before, when it was him and The Rock, Kane, and Shane McMahon versus DX on SmackDown.
Other than that, that's pretty much it for Raw and SmackDown. Now let's get to. Wait, was there one more?
Yeah, the cutting edge.
Oh, I almost forgot about Edge. How could I forget? Because man, you want to talk about funny? He's got freaking Kurt Hawkins with his. They say it. It's so catchy. You turn it into a T-shirt. Why would you make a T-shirt on how many losses you have had? And then you got to make a new one to catch up with the new losses. Why? And he on the phone. If you didn't pay attention, on the phone was Zack Ryder, the two members that was the Edgeheads. And Edge is like, "Are you serious, dude? Are you serious?
Actually, they're known as La Familia.
Are you serious?
Actually, they're known as La Familia. The name Edgeheads was for the fans.
Yeah, but those two were the Edgeheads.
They were Edge Hitchmen.
Nah, I think they were called Edgeheads because they actually were looking like Edge, fake tattoos and all, fake oil paint.
Not really.
I remember that. I remember the oil paint. I'm like that. Sorry, rated R tattoo. One of them had on their shoulders, or both of them. I told you they were his dummies. But otherwise, when Edge came out, he wanted to give these 2 cents, well, more like a freaking $10 bill, worth of comments to Becky Lynch for being on his show, The Cutting Edge.
I'm glad Edge is growing his hair longer. I'm glad to see it.
That's his dead ringer look.
But it's just like he used to have it longer than that. Yeah.
Yep. Undertaker grew out his hair too. That's good. Yeah. That's good. But when he told Becky his 2 cents that it's best to not get rid of all your friends and not focus on your titles, she thanked him, but then with pure words of disrespect, basically just slapped and spit and pissed shit all over him, basically, and told him to get out of my ring. And he's the freaking show is his right now because it's The Cutting Edge and she's the guest. That's his show.
But when you're a champion, that's what you're gonna say.
And Charlotte came out there and whooped her ass and gave her 2 cents before doing so. And that's and then the Undertaker came out, right? You sure? You sure? Am I missing anything?
No, you're not. No. After that.
Oh, yeah. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, the Bar versus the New Day, in which Kofi was out of that match, so it was Xavier Woods and Big E versus Sheamus and Cesaro. The match was pretty intense for being the fact that on that show, their titles was the only titles on the line that night for the 1000th episode. The SmackDown tag team titles. In which case, Big Show came in looking like he's going to save the day and turned heel. Ladies and gentlemen, the new member of the Bar, from a tag team to a 3-man faction, my best guess, the Big Show. They don't just set the bar with Big Show, especially. I'm trying to put my thumb. They are the Bar. Big Show hand way up here.
Big Show responded to that, and he said, "Don't think it's a 3-man bar. I'm just here to help them get back into what they deserve."
In which case, now the Bar is how many times now? They're the new tag team titles, but
I would say probably 4 or 5. I'm not sure.
I want to say 2 or 3, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's been a while. Otherwise, is that it?
Big Show just said that the reason why he came up there is just he wanted them. He sick and tired of New Day.
You're getting 23 minutes. Hurry up, hurry up.
That's why he came out there to help the Bar. He's not a member of the Bar. He just did that to help them out.
Okay, then. Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, I got to end this video. I'm going to talk about the Mismatch Challenge in the next one. So,
I'm so sorry.
Rey Mysterio. Okay, Rey Mysterio versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Rey Mysterio wins, and Rey Mysterio goes into... You know what? We can finish this on the next video, because Rey Mysterio is going. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit the subscribe button if you like the content. Hit the notification bell for the next video. You'll see this guy in the next video along with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Yeah!